All right, guys, welcome to the Off the Bench podcast. We have a special guest, Jesse Hantla, in today. What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Excellent,
And
excellent, excellent.
I'm stoked to be here. Thank you
Yeah,
for having
we're
me.
excited to have you. So this is we. This is the first time. Is this the first time you've been on one of our podcasts?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. How long have you been a licensed agent?
Since November of 2017.
2017. Where did you start?
The practice company, one of the multi-level marketing ones, starts you at a 30% comp. You got to recruit everyone with a pulse. You know, one of those places.
No doubt. And how long did you stay there?
I was there just shy of 2 years, and then I ended up at a smaller independent agency, and they kind of baited me in here where, we'll give you free leads, and we're going to take 30% of every one of your sales. And that's pretty much where I started my career running leads. And then COVID happened, office shut down, and I couldn't really sell insurance at the time because I wasn't looking at FFL. And I'll be honest with you, I thought it was kind of funny how it all kind of came together, because I was actually clowning on a lot of FFL agents. I'm like, I can't believe you guys are out there endangering our clients and la la la, right? And then I just ended up kind of going through a little phase there where I felt like I really needed to do some like deep house cleaning on my life, personally, spiritually, everything. And so I ended up donating plasma. I was on unemployment for, probably 6 months, 7 months. And then one of my pastors, just dropped this message. And then I just started forgiving things from my past. And then a friend of mine from the first company I was with was like, you need to come to FFL. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm doing life insurance. Like, no, like I got burned. I'm not doing it. I got PTSD from it. I'm not going to do it. I got on the phone with Josh Crenshaw, and he just hit me with a line. And it's something I used to use when I was recruiting people. He's like, dude, are you tired of being tired? I was like, dude, you have no idea. Like, I'm tired of donating plasma. I feel dead right now. Like, I feel like a zombie. And I was like, I'm not starting for 3 weeks. And then I got on Slack, and I saw, 18 to 22-year-old, I mean, I call them kids, but, younger adults just crushing it. I'm going, why am I going to wait 3 weeks when I could get ahead today? So I just started smashing as hard as I can December, basically the week before Christmas in 2020.
So so you work with Josh?
Josh and Alondra, yeah.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they are. So obviously things are going a lot better with FFL than they went with your practice company, right? That's a safe statement.
I would say there's no comparison. Yeah, for sure. Like a bad month is like still better than. Actually, here, let me put it to you this way. One of my worst months in my career here at FFL was better than my best year at my first 2 companies.
So I'm going to repeat that back to make sure I heard that right. Yeah. One of your worst months here at Family First Life was still better than your best year at the other company.
Yep.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yep.
That's crazy. Okay, so let's get down to what you're doing then. Are you doing face-to-face? You doing telesales? You doing a little bit of both?
Now I'm running more of pretty much full telesales. I'm in process of transitioning to Florida right now. But when I first started, telesales was kind of a thing that wasn't really talked about, and I was frowning upon it. I had learned a little bit on how to do it, but I saw a lot of those agents having higher chargeback rates, and I was like, I don't want that to be me. And we were always preaching, get out in the field. And I really feel like if you're a brand new agent, you haven't run 100 appointments, have the field be your foundation. And, once you're starting to get and grow your skill set or schedule permitting, run a hybrid, go more telesales. And I really like the ability for telesales because I can squeeze a lot of appointments in on the fly, or you can be a little bit more flexible with life. Like for instance, if we have a meeting that's supposed to happen an hour ago, something falls through, no big deal. I can still work, pick up some more appointments, run some more presentations, or do some training for some new agents. So it
Yeah.
gives you a little bit more flexibility, I feel like. But
No,
it
that
is,
makes sense. And
it's way harder though.
I hear that. And that's the thing where I think folks get it twisted where they go, well, this is going to be so much easier. I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to drive all over God's creation. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to get no showed, waste gas. But the amount of activity, would you say you do twice the amount of activity as far as phone calls and sets? Or I guess, what do you call a telesale appointment set? Is that an appointment set? Is that how you guys do it? Or you do one call closes?
Yeah, I try to do both. I personally like to do the one call to close. That's obviously the most efficient way to do it, but we're calling people when they don't expect it. And they might be out grocery shopping, babysitting their grandkids, at a doctor's appointment. So we've just got to be flexible with their schedule. So, I'm on a very booked scheduled day, instead of having 8 to 12 appointments, I'm having 15 to 30 appointments per day.
Wow.
So it's, if I get no showed, no big deal. Just keep rolling through the list and just keep dialing, follow up, dial, follow up, dial, follow up, hopefully get into call to close. And, my goal every day is to do about 5 to 7 presentations, at least through telesales.
5 to 7 presentations through telesales a day. Now, I spoke to somebody yesterday or the day before, and they said to them a presentation is when they absolutely give them numbers. Like that's what they count as a presentation when they present them an option.
Yeah.
What do you consider to be a presentation?
Going through a financial inventory, finding out what their goals are, getting their needs. And sometimes like we'll get all the way through that and they're like, you get the common objections. I got to talk to my wife. But a lot of that I'm filtering out before I even get there. It's like, do you have to make a decision with somebody else, whatever. But
sure.
To answer the question, it's definitely get to the end, get numbers, get through a process, or at least get through the full financial inventory. Because if I got all the data, they're stuck. Like I'm going to beat them to death until they buy it. So,
yeah. Well, and they need it. And that's like, I think Jesse, I'm sorry. When I struggled in the beginning, when I struggled with this because I didn't truly understand the importance of life insurance. I had gone through some funerals. My grandparents passed on my dad's side and my mom's side. They're all gone, but I didn't have to pay for that. And I didn't really have any death in my family affect me financially. So I didn't really see the true value of life insurance until I delivered my first check.
Yeah.
But I used to feel like I'm not going to be the guy that pushes people to do something because that's not me.
Right.
But the more people I sat with, the more I realized, dude, everybody I sit with needs more coverage.
Yeah, everybody.
It's crazy. So you said 2017 you got licensed, 2018, 2017?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going on 5 years.
Yep.
On how many fingers and toes would it take you to count the amount of people that you've actually gone through the financial inventory with that are properly covered and don't need any more life insurance?
That are properly covered and need, I would say there might be like 3 people.
3. So you need one hand and not even all 5 fingers.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. And I agree. Like I just, it's crazy, but that's so many people you're building now, right? Recruiting a team. Mm-hmm. The biggest objection you get from an agent that comes out, they didn't need it. I'm going like, what? They already had coverage. I'm like, what? So how do you handle that stuff? Like when I was in the home and I've been out of the field for 2 years plus, when I'm face to face, it's real easy for me to get your policy, look at it with you, point to stuff. How do you handle that through a telesale or virtual sale appointment?
Oh, I like to just dig into what it is they have. What is their main goal? Why were we looking into this? Were we looking for additional coverage, or, are we looking to potentially leave extra money behind? But, a lot of the times we're finding out some of these clients have got 2 rated or 2, 3, 4 year waiting periods on these policies. I'm like, is there a reason that you have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just what they had to offer. Well, if we could get you approved for immediate coverage and save you money today, go ahead and grab your policy. And then I just have them read the summary page for me, a graded whole life, guaranteed issue whole life. I'm like, come on, Betty, like there's no reason for you to be in this. Let's see what we can get with XYZ carrier. And now it's gotten so easy. I mean, America, we can text message people to get the signatures. Like, how much easier does it get? Aetna and Aflac have the security questions. It's like anybody can do that.
No doubt. So, no doubt. It just keeps getting easier and easier. The only thing that they can't do for the agents is actually put the work in.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves. So
that's the truest statement ever. Right. And it's hard as sitting in my position and your chair as well. Like when you're starting to build this thing and you're trying to help agents make money and be successful, like it's hard not to want it for them so much. And sometimes more than what they want it for themselves. Cause what happens when you get to where you want to get to.
Oh yeah.
They don't, you know what I mean? Like we can't describe that. And it's almost like we wish we could plug them into something and download our mindset into theirs, and they would see what this feels like, what it looks like, how many people you've helped and served.
Yeah.
And they would not have any issues doing what you do on a weekly basis and doing what a lot of folks do on a weekly basis. So how many families on average do you help a week?
A week lately, because I've been in the moving process as of recently, it's been pretty average, about 8 to 15, somewhere in that range. But
pretty average. It's great. And then, so when you're not in the middle of moving and got all this stuff going on, what is your target goal for families protected in a week?
20 minimum. I really like to help around 20. I've had a few months in my career here with FFL where I've been able to help close to 100 or over 120 families in a month. So I really, now that I've tasted that, I'm like, I need to beat my record. So
right.
Yeah.
And it's so like, I'm sitting here going, wow. And I'm not, I guess I am I'm not easy to impress. I'm going to say that, but can you break down what that month looked like? Your record month. If you know how many clients you spoke to, how many presentations you gave, was it all life volume or any annuity volume in there?
Both. Yeah. I've had
both. Perfect.
Yeah, so I've had months where, I did 100,000 or 100 families, just through life with probably like another, $300,000 that I rolled over with annuities. So it was close to about 130. I've had, months where it was a very heavy annuity. And then I've had it to where it was very heavily just on life. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. One of the things I've gotten into, I really like to, because I only have my life license. So I don't have health, I don't have accidental, but I really want to stretch the most I can with this license by learning the most. And one of the things I love about FFL, it's not just one dimension. Sell your final expense, sell your mortgage protection. And this is one thing that, dude, like, I can't thank you enough, honestly. Like, you've probably done this video and this training, probably I've seen like 6-7 times throughout my career here, but there's a video I've probably watched close to 100 times, like 5 steps with the mortgage. And that elevated my game, I would say, on the last bit of my Hall of Fame run last year, because I kept getting stumped with some of these clients. I'm like, I don't know what to do for them. And I literally dissected your video. I watched it 60, 70, 80 times, got the word tracks, got the placement, getting them in a position to enough insurance for their reverse mortgage. And then it was just like, just started walking at it. And it was like, it was like playing Tetris at this point. And I was like, God, this is like a video game. Like, it's not a matter of if they're going to buy, it's just how much.
That's right. Dude, I love that. And that's huge. But I think and I appreciate you saying that, but here's the deal. That video's been out for, I want to say 2 years.
Yeah.
You said 60, 70, 80 times.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Like, I don't care whose video. That's what we did when Sean we were at the other company we came from with Sean.
Hmm.
He had some. We back then we had to buy CDs. They were $5 a piece, and none of the training was free. We would listen to those CDs so many times I could repeat it word for word
Right.
from start to finish. Right? It's kind of like your favorite song. After 5, 6, 7 plays, you start to know, and then after you listen to it 30 times, you can sing the whole song.
Right.
Well, these trainings were 20, 30, 40 minutes, so it took a little more than that. But
Yeah.
dude, that's the magic. You needed some information, you needed the knowledge, and you listened to it as many times as it took you to understand it, dissect it, be able to present it, because that's important, to be able to give these people a solution, not just a band-aid. And
Right.
that's what that does.
Yep.
So dude, this is crazy exciting. So Hall of Fame agency, what's your agency goal this year?
Man, now I would like to be, by the end of the year, we're helping 500 families a month. That's no matter what goal by the end of the year. Moving here put a lot of damper on a lot of situations. I got into some personal stuff with life, and I'm redirecting a lot of my energy back and getting back and refocused.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about this business is when you get intentional and you get laser beam focused again, it gets really scary. It does get really scary, because I've seen it happen where you will go through the little waves of life, and we always come out doing better, stronger, but it's because we've committed to ourselves. But
Right.
yeah, 500 families for sure by the end of the year. I was pushing. By the beginning of the year, I was thinking we were going to be able to help out. I think the number is like 10,000 families was the goal.
Right.
But dude, like we're far off from that, and we need.
Sure.
I know what we need to do. So
yeah, and look, this is we're adjusting now. We got hit with the regulations at the FTC, and the market's not booming like it was. So I think everybody's taking that time to adjust, figure out what they need to do to revamp this thing up and move, right?
yeah,
And that's just a natural progression in business. Everything's not going to be firing on all cylinders 24/7, 365 forever, right? It just, stuff happens, it comes up, you adapt, you make some changes, and you move. So anything we can do, Jesse, to help you, I would be more than happy.
I appreciate it.
He's built. Where do you live, Jesse? You're moving to Florida, you said. Where are you at now?
I'm in Miami, West Kendall right now.
Oh, you're in Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you already move?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've got some stuff I need to grab out of Las Vegas and then get all the license flipped around. And yeah, I mean, here's my place. So
there you go. Oh, so Steve's down there too, Giordano.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see you two go toe to toe. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I really like to do a lot of this stuff, but like I was mentioning, I really like to stretch all of the license, not just be so one dimensional with final expense and mortgage protection. I'm really, really into the annuities. I really love infinite banking, the power of what that can do, properly structured. Now that we've got the specialists to do that, premium financing, business insurance, because now we're talking, people that are essentially recession proof, so that's where I'm kind of flipping my direction on is let's get ahead of the curve and serve the people that aren't going to get affected too. But, don't forget about everybody else that needs the help too. So
that's right. Well, man, I thank you so much for hopping on here. We greatly appreciate you sharing with us. And again, if you ever need anything from us up here at National, we'd be more than happy to help you. Jesse is hiring, recruiting. Dude, he's a beast. If you want to get trained by one of the best, reach out to him. He will absolutely teach you how to help a ton of families a month and get your family to a point where they're financially stable and making more money than most. Again, worst month, better than the best year at his last company. So, Jesse, thanks again for hopping on, man. I greatly appreciate it, bud. One last pointer from you for newer agents.
Yeah, one of the big things too is be intentional when you first get set up. Get logged into a dial team. I've built one that's called bingbongdials.com. Passwords HOF, all in caps. And the reason I built that is essentially because I didn't want to have it segregated like here's its only agencies. So we've got teams from all over America that all plug in together. The only thing I ask is have your camera on and unmute when you're live. So that way, if you are struggling, you're hitting kinks, you're getting objections, you don't know what to do, you get stuck in a presentation, we can help you get that. Take that momentum that you have from a dial team, get in the field, start running appointments, and then figure out what do you want to do. Make sure you're personal developing, because your mindset, if you become bulletproof in your mind, people's objections, people's adversity that they're throwing at you, because a lot of times these objections typically tend to be one issue, something that's going on with them. It's not us, but we just take it personally. So don't take the business personal. Have a really good attitude about this. Focus on the why, and be stronger than your excuses. So,
dude, I love that. Bingbongdials.com. It's everybody's welcome. I love that too. I think that's how Family First Life was built, with people just being selfless and serving the general team, the whole team, not just the folks on their team, but going, you know what? I'll help you, because that's what it's about. There's enough clients, there's enough agents for everybody to get to where they want to get to. If we all work together like this, like Jesse, you're leading the way with that, and I appreciate it. Dude, we could grow so much faster. So thank you again so much. Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share this page, hit your notifications button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Until next time, make it a big week.
Appreciate you. Thank you.